Hello everyone, and welcome to another video about rebuilding your core. So this is for anybody who has got a weak core for whatever reason that might be. It could be rectus diastasis, it could have been surgery, C-sections, it could be that you've been laid up in bed for a long time and haven't been able to move properly. Yeah, whatever your reason might be, it's really best to start with these sorts of exercises to build the inner layers of your core, because until you've really got that, you shouldn't be doing exercises that are just recruiting like your six-pack muscles, okay? It's really important that you work on all of the layers underneath that first. So I'll just get into it. And if you haven't already, then please go and watch my video. It's called The Basics, and it talks about T-zone activation, so pelvic floor and transverse abdominus, which I talk about a lot, your spinal position, breathing, and other cues that I use and what they mean. Okay, it's just a quick 10-minute video, and then you will understand and have a good foundation for all of my Pilates videos. Also a really good way to warm up and get that mind muscle connection firing. Okay, all right, so we are going to start on the floor, and when you're getting down onto the floor, it's very important that you lean to the side and you come down this way. Okay, so you come down onto your side and then roll onto your back, because your core is strong enough. And you'll see it even with mine, it will be bulging out as I go down. You're putting so much pressure on your abs in there when you do this movement. Okay, and if you watch my video on what exercises not to do, you'll see sit-ups, curls in there, oblique curls, everything. So we go across to the side. We come down nice and slow, roll onto our back. Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick exercise to make sure that our T-zone is turned on. I just want to grab a block. 1 second. Underneath my head. Sorry about that. I just forgot. So, T-zone, remember? We are pulling our pelvic floor up. We are coming across from the hip bones, hip bone to hip bone, meeting that middle, that line that's being pulled up inside us, squeezing across, and then we're flattening down. Okay, so I just want you to do that on your own a couple of times. Take your fingers on the inside of your hip and feel for that contraction. So you're drawing up, across, and flattening down. Hold, 2, 3, release. Feel how it gets doughy in there. And now again, we're going to pull up, squeeze across, hip bone to hip bone, and flatten down. Feel for that tightening. That's what you want. Last one, release. Okay, drawing up, across, flattening down. Beautiful. Okay, so now you're going to get your T-zone tight with an inhale. We're going to move into some pelvic tilts. Okay, we're just going to do 10 pelvic tilts. So, inhale, T-zone. Exhale, start to curl your tailbone up towards your belly button. Hold for a brief second, and then inhale, release back down. Check that T-zone's on. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, release down and check the T-zone. Always reset the T-zone in between every exercise. We're on 3. Okay, nice gentle movement. Really curling your tailbone up towards your belly button. And release. Halfway there here. And release. Up, across, flatten down, curl, and release. A few more to go. Really want to feel like you're trying to pull those muscles that are in that bladder area down towards the mat. You're trying to turn this center in here into this like core ball of energy that's holding everything else together. That's where your center of power is going to come from. Last one. Exhaling, curl. Inhale. Release back down. Okay, moving on to our second exercise. We're going to stay in a very similar position. You can either keep your fingers inside of your hip to make sure that that your T-zone is activated, or you can just relax them down by your side. Either way, we've got a slight tuck in our chin. If it feels more comfortable for you, place something underneath your head. It doesn't have to be a block. It can be a towel, pillow, whatever. Okay, it's more comfortable for me because of my spinal position. So we want shoulders down and back. You're thinking about your ribs down towards your hips. We've got a neutral spine. So remember, that means that you've got a flat area between your hips and your pubic bone. So that, if you do that and try and get that completely horizontal, you'll feel how that tilts your pelvis and creates that natural arch. Okay, knees up towards the sky, feet facing away. You're going to inhale, tighten that T-zone. And as you exhale, you're going to start to slide your right heel along the ground, away from you, completely straight. You're going to inhale, hold, and exhale, start to slide the heel back in towards your bum. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, you're going to slide your left heel out. So really grounding down with the bent knee. You want to be creating energy in that heel. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale to slide. And what we're aiming for with this one is to minimize any rocking or instability that we're feeling in our pelvis. Inhaling, come back in. Exhale. Slide that heel out. Inhale to pull it back in. Tighten that T-zone. Ready for the next one. And exhale. So we want to just do a quick body scan with this one. Chin's tucked, shoulders are down and back. You want your ribs to your hips, especially as you exhale and slide the foot away. Really think about drawing the ribs down to the hips. And then inhaling, coming back up, checking that T-zone. Knees facing up towards the sky throughout all the movement. You want to keep the leg nice and straight. Inhaling, coming back in. Remember, you can check on that T-zone, check it's activated. Keep it in line. It's easy for it to slip out. Okay, just two more. Alright, so make them good ones. Really tight T-zone. Really draw those ribs to hips as you extend that heel out. Inhale, dragging it back in. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, dragging back in. Okay, so we're actually going to move on to our side now. So you're going to let your knees flop out to one side. I'm just going to move my block, don't need that now. And what we're going to do is come onto our elbow. We want that one coming down straight from our shoulder. A nice 90-degree here, and then we're going to have our knees bent, and we're going to be pushing our hips up towards the sky. raising us up into a side plank position. Okay, so what we're going to do from holding this side plank is we're going to be reaching. We come back in, we dip down. Okay, so it's an inhale to lift, exhale to reach, inhale, bring the hand back, exhale, dip down. Flowing through, inhale up, exhale to reach overhead, inhale, bring the elbow down, exhale, hips come down. Okay, so it keeps flowing through, so raising up, really squeezing underneath the armpit and squeezing your side to push up. Exhale, bring the arms straight overhead, keeping your shoulders facing square to the front. Then we inhale to bring the arm in, exhale, we sink back down. So you want to make sure you're really engaged in the back of your shoulder so that you don't start aching too much in that arm. So inhale up, exhale, reach, inhale, exhale. We're just going to do 3 more. So inhale, squeeze, really squeeze that waist, push those hips up. Exhale, reach as far as you can, get as much length as you can. Inhale, exhale, 2 more. Inhale, squeezing up, T-zone tight. Exhale, ribs to hips. Keep your shoulder blades down and back. You're not hunching up your shoulders. You're just reaching with your arms. Last one. Make it a good one. Squeeze up. Reach. Shoulder blades stay down and back. Reach, 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 reach. Bring the hand in. Coming back down. Place your other hand down. And just come up for a second and give your shoulder a few rolls. And then we're actually going to come back down. So we want to be in a long line. So arm is reaching out. We've got our ear resting on it. We've got a long line from the hand through the shoulders, the hips, and the feet are in line with your bum. Knees together. Okay. And then what we're going to do, tuck the chin slightly, shoulders are down and back, rib to hip connection, T-zone tight. We want those hips one on top of each other. And you can just place your hand on your hips here. And if you push away, do you feel how that lifts up through your waist? You don't want to be collapsed through your side here. You want to be lifted. So just push gently on those hips. All right. And that way you can also keep your fingers in on your T-zone to make sure that it's still turned on. So inhale, T-zone. And as you exhale, you're going to squeeze those ankles together and start to lift the top knee away from its partner knee. Coming up, squeezing with the glute. Inhale, coming down. Check that T-zone's tight. Squeezing with the ankles. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Bring those knees back together. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling to come back down. Just do a quick body scan. Is your chin still tucked? Are your shoulders down and back? Are you keeping that rib to hip connection to prevent any arching in your back? T-zone tight to prevent any rocking. You shouldn't be coming backwards as you do this or forwards. You should just be staying nice and straight as you open and close. Keep those ankles squeezing together. That's a really important part of making sure that your glutes activated. Give your bum a squeeze. Put your hand on it. Does it feel like it's doing the work? If it doesn't, then it might be that you're actually rocking back, which means you're not using the glute. It's easy to rock back and open them. That's not what we're here for. We're here to activate this glute muscle. So squeeze the ankles. Going to do 3 more. Exhaling, squeeze and lift. Inhale, come back down, check the T-zone. Last one. Awesome work, guys. Starting to feel a bit of spice in the old glute. Alright, so now we're going to progress this one into a kick out. So this is going to be a climb with a kick out. So instead this time we actually inhale to lift. We exhale, straightening the leg out in line with the body. We inhale to bring the heels back together, and we exhale to bring the knees back together. Okay, so T-zone tight, ankles squeezing together. Inhale, exhale, extend, find length in that leg. Inhale, heels together and squeeze. Exhale, knees together. Make sure again this hip is staying rock solid. You are not starting to sway forwards or backwards. You are staying completely still. We'll do 10 of these. So inhale, exhale. Find as much length as you can. That's what we want to create here. Lovely, long, limber, strong muscles. Inhale to open. Check that T-zone's tight. Exhale, extend, find length. Rib to hip connection. Don't start to arch and let your ribs flare up. Inhale. Extend. Ankles together. Knees together. Open. Extend. Ankles together. Knees together. Last two. Make them good ones. Open. Extend. Find as much length as you can. Inhale. Heels together. Exhale, knees together. Squeeze those ankles. I know that your glutes burning now. Last one on this side. Squeeze. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Got the booty burning. So you're going to come back up into this side plank position. And this time you're just going to have, so you want your elbow pretty much in line with your hip. And that foot in line with the bum, the one that's bent. And then what we're going to do is basically you're going to lift up here and then come back down. So we're just going to do some like little drives, basically like side plank hip drives. So you want to make sure you're really squeezing underneath your armpit in here to keep that gap. And then you're getting your waist really turned on. You're in a nice long line. Hips are stacked one on top of each other. Shoulders, heads back in line with your arms. And you've got your T-zone on. So T-zone on with an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to lift your hips up and just drive forward. Inhale, come back down. Exhaling, lifting up and driving forward. Inhale, come back down, squeezing underneath that arm, up and forward. Okay, we're really working on these obliques today. Okay, squeezing underneath that arm, check your position, shoulders down and back, neck relaxed. Chin slightly tucked. T-zone tight. Exhale. Drive the hip forward. Inhale. Come back down. We're just going to do 3 more. Drive that hip forward. Come back down. Exhale. Drive. Inhale. Come back down. Last one. Really lifting up out of your waist. Inhale, back down. And you can just sit up and shake that one out. Wherever you're feeling it, you might have a bit of tension in your shoulder. And your elbows. Okay, so we're going to do those 4 exercises, but on the other side. Okay, so the first one in that series was our side plank with a reach. Okay, so we want to have our elbow, nice 90-degree angle, really squeezing up underneath that armpit. Waist is turned on and lifted. We've got our hips in a nice line and we've got knees bent, feet together. So inhale, T-zone, and then exhale, we're going to come up, reaching across. Inhale, come back in, exhale, down. So it's an inhale, we drive the waist upwards. Exhale to reach. Inhale, exhaling, coming back down, resetting, really squeezing up underneath that arm, engage through the back of the shoulder. So inhale, exhale, inhale, down. That's 3. Inhale, exhale, shoulders square to the front. Inhale, down. That's 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's 5. Keep squeezing underneath that armpit. Don't let your waist collapse. That's 6. Inhale, exhale, really reach. Inhale, exhale. That's 7. Really put in the effort for the last 3. Really reach. Squeeze underneath that armpit. Lift that waist. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale. Really pushing those hips up to the sky. Last 1. Squeeze underneath that armpit. Awesome. So we'll give our shoulder a break. We'll come and lie down onto it. Nice and extended. So we want one long line between our arm, shoulders, hips and feet. Feet are in line with the bum. Have a quick check. Hand on waist, slightly pushing on that hip to make sure that you're lifted in your waist here, not collapsing. So chin slightly tucked, shoulders are down and back, rib to hip connection. We've got our T-zone turned on tight and knees together, ankles squeezing together. And as we exhale, we're going to heel the knee away from its partner. And inhale, bring it back down. Keep the rib to hip connection. Exhale. Inhale, coming back down and squeezing that T-zone. Exhale, squeeze the ankles. Inhale, squeeze the T-zone. Exhale. Just put your hand on your bum. Should be able to feel it up here, glute medius. Inhale, come back down. That's 5, guys. 5 more. Squeeze. Squeeze the glute. It's not about how far that you're opening the legs. It's about how hard you can squeeze your glute. Because you can only get so far. There's only so much rotation that you've got before you'd have to start rocking back to open further. And we don't want to rock back. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I'm not opening very wide. That's fine. You're not supposed to be. I'd be worried if you were. Okay, we've got 2 more. Really squeeze the ankles. Squeeze that glute. Keep that rib drawing down to your hips. Last one. Inhale, back down. Okay, so we're changing the breathing pattern this time. We're going into those clown kick outs. So, inhaling, the knee opens, ankles are squeezing together. Exhale, extend that leg out, nice and long and beautiful. Create length in your body. Inhale, bring those ankles together and squeeze. Exhale, knees come back together. So let's flow through. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, ankles together. Exhale, knees together. That's 3. 7 more. Open. Extend. Heels together. Knees together. Check that T-zone. Give it a check. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, halfway through. Every exhale, you're really tightening that corset where your ribs are. So you're bringing them down towards the hip bone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I think this one's the last one. Make it a good one. Really squeeze the glute. Find as much length as you can in your body. Inhale. Knees together. Exhale. Okay, so using your hand, push yourself back up. And we're going to go into those, that side plank with this slight hip drive, okay? So you want to find a nice strong position. Really make sure that you're engaged in the back of your shoulder and your shoulder blades are drawing down towards your bum. Okay, you should feel the difference when you try to do that. So that will really engage your back and it will take the pressure off of your shoulder and your elbow joint. Okay, so squeezing up underneath our armpit, really holding our waist up high. We've got one leg that's bent. We've got the top leg extended long. So inhale, T-zone, give it a check. Exhale, pushing up, driving forward. Inhale, come back down, hip touches back down. Exhale, straight back up, little drive. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up, little squeeze. Inhale. So you should kind of have your elbow more in line with the underneath the bent knee, so that when you drive up, you're actually creating a nice long line in your body. Inhale, come back down. Make sure that you're squeezing, reset, shoulder blades drawing down towards the bum. That's 4. Okay. Exhale, up, squeeze, drive. Inhale, come back down. Exhale. Keep that rib to hip connection. That's 7. Squeezing underneath the armpit. Are your shoulder blades still reaching down towards your bum, or have you started to hunch your shoulders up? Okay, last 2. Make them good ones. Woo. Really squeeze. And come back down. Pushing yourself back up. We've finished our exercises. I'm just going to get you to come into a nice child's pose. So feet together, knees out wide. Let's just slide the hands away, reaching the fingers as far away as you can. Bum reaches towards the heels. And we're just going to enjoy this one for 10 seconds. Breathe nice and deep. Okay, hands come back towards the body and we push up. So I hope that you enjoyed that workout. Doing 3 different ones in this series, so that if you are trying to rebuild your core, you can kind of rotate through them. They've got different exercises. Some of them we're targeting like our obliques, some's more the transverse abdominus, some we're focusing a bit more on the glutes. All of them T-zone. Okay, so T-zone is going to be the most important part of rebuilding your core. So just do it over and over again. You can even tighten your T-zone just as you're like walking around. Feel the difference. Like if you try and tighten your T-zone as you're just walking somewhere and draw yourself up out of your hips, feel the difference in how you're walking. It's pretty interesting actually. Just give it a go. Hope that you enjoyed that video, and yeah, check out the rest of my channel to watch all of my other ones. Okay, thanks so much. See ya.